Hello again, Suzanne here, your angel intuitive, spiritual guidance counselor, and intimacy intuitive. Just need to come up with a few more. Just kidding. Okay, do a couple fun things today. First off, card. I know I've been slacking a little bit. Been getting a little cray lately, and this is perfect. So this one is worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. And that is true. We like the colors. This is what worry causes. It just causes things to spin. You know, one of my favorite sayings that they've given me is, you know, why worry about things that are out of our control? And worrying about the worst possible outcome is always worse than the worst possible outcome. So when we're worrying about things and we're freaking out, like, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if that happens? And what if I don't do it? What if I do it? And we get ourselves all worked up. And then once we get past the situation, whatever it was, and everything goes fine, we think, well, what were we worried about? And even if the worst possible thing happens, whatever our biggest fear is connected to a situation, even if that happens, it's like, you know what, we still survive most of the time. It's like we get through it, we look at it, it's like, oh yeah, that kind of sucked. However, I survived it. Now I know what not to do next time, kind of thing. So it kind of prepares us. So it's life lessons. It's, there's, again, going back to the old generic, everything happens for a reason and it happens the way it's supposed to. And worrying about it does nothing to help. It just stresses us out and gets our, what do they call it, the reptilian mind. It's spinning and we're coming up with all these horrible scenarios, and then we end up focusing on the negative and not focusing on the positive and our strengths, and putting those affirmations into effect and bringing about, attracting in the positive results and the positive end result. When we're freaking out and worrying and stressing, we tend to, that's what worry is. It's the negative end. So we're focusing on all these negative possibilities, which are just possibilities. When we can take the law of attraction and our, which is one of our God-given gifts, and it's a universal law that what we put out there, we get back. So if we put out positive, even if something goes quote unquote wrong, if we put out positive vibes and we intend to have the best thing happen and the best possible outcome, say we're public speaking or something, it's like, okay, I'm going to give this speech, I'm going to nail it, it's going to be perfect. And you get into the room, you get a little nervous, and you start out a little slow, but you get through it. Maybe you left out a couple bullet points that you meant to discuss. Whatever. Everything that needs to come out will come out, right? And the audience will hear what they need to hear. And you look back on it, it's like, oh, I totally forgot this, I should have done that. But you got through it, and it worked. And then you'll be surprised that when you intend for things to work well, you'll get a better response. Again, going back to the example of, say, giving a speech or something. If you start out with positive intentions, you're going to get positive feedback, even if you might think you messed up or that it could have been better. But if you go in stressing out, like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the worst thing ever, will I make it, I'm going to forget everything, this is going to suck. Those are the responses you're going to get, even if you go in and you nail it, because you have the negative undertones and that fear and that worry. People are going to be, it was okay, it felt like something was missing. And that's the positive intention. Sorry. Lou getting excited over there. Lou Bell, come here, Bubba. I think there's a kitty back there. Kitty on the wall. I think she wants to play. She wouldn't hurt one. But, see, that's one thing I don't have to worry about. It's a beautiful thing. So, anytime something comes up, you feel worry, let it go. Spin it out. Clear it out. Let it go. Again, worrying about things that are out of our control is kind of a waste of time and a waste of energy. So focusing on the positive, don't worry, let it go. Come on, Lou. Tell me about it, Lou. There's Lou. Helping out, always. So no worrying this week. Think positive. Make good things happen. Have a beautiful week.